यमुनतीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम। जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवर्गचरष्टोत्तरशत श्री श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य पीवीटी फाउंडाचार्य श्री द होल वर्ल्ड जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णवविंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 9. Mother Yashoda binds Lord Krishna. Text 3. Kshaumam vasaha prutukati tate bibrati sutranadham. Kshaumam vasa prutukati tate bibrati sutranadham. Little difficult verse. Putra sneha snuta kuchayugam jatakampam cha subruhu. Putra sneha snuta kucha yugam jatakampam cha subruhu. रज्जु आकर्षा श्रमा भुजा चलत कंकनौ कुंडले चा। रज्वाकर्ष श्रम भुज चलत कंकनौ कुंडले चा। Svinna, Svinnam, Vaktram, Kabara Vigalat Malati, Nirmamanta, Svinnam Vaktram Kabara Vigalan Malati, Nirmamanta. Kshaumam Vasa Prutu Katitate, Bibrati Sutranadham. Putra Snehasnuta Kucha Yugam Jata Kampam Cha Subruhu. Rajvakarshashrama Bhuja Chalat Kankanau Kundale Cha. Svinnam Vaktram Kabara Vigalan Malatin Nirmamantha. Kshaumam, saffron and yellow mixed. Vasaha, Mother Yashoda was wearing such a sari. Pritukatitate, surrounding her large hips. Bibrati, shaking. Sutranadham, bound with a belt. Putra Snehasnuta, because of intense love for her child, became wet with milk. Kucha Yugam, the nipples of her breasts. Jata Kampam Cha, as they were very nicely moving and quivering. Subruhu, who had very beautiful eyebrows. Rajju Akarsha, by pulling on the rope of the churning rod. Shrama, because of the labor. Bhuja, on whose hands. Chalat Kankanau, the two bangles were moving. Kundale, the two earrings. Cha, also. Svinna, Svinnam, her hair was black like a cloud. So, perspiration was dropping like rain. Bhaktram throughout her face. Kabara Vigalat Malati. And Malati flowers were dropping from her hair. Nirmamanta. Thus Mother Yashoda was churning the butter. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Dressed in a saffron yellow sari with a belt tied about her full hips, Mother Yashoda pulled on the churning rope, laboring considerably, her bangles and earrings moving and vibrating, and her whole body shaking. Because of her intense love for her child, her breasts were wet with milk. Her face, with its very beautiful eyebrows, was wet with perspiration, and malati flowers were falling from her hair. Can you repeat the translation? Dressed in a saffron yellow sari, with a belt tied about her full hips, Mother Yashoda pulled on the churning rope, laboring considerably, her bangles and earrings moving and vibrating, and her whole body shaking. Because of her intense love for her child, her breasts were wet with milk. Her face, with its very beautiful eyebrows, was wet with perspiration, and malati flowers were falling from her hair. Purport. Anyone who desires to be Krishna conscious in motherly affection or parental affection should contemplate the bodily features of Mother Yashoda. It is not that one should desire to become like Yashoda, for this is Mayavada. Either in parental affection or conjugal love, friendship or servitorship, in any way, we must follow in the footsteps of the inhabitants of Vrindavan, not try to become like them. Therefore, this description is provided here. Advanced devotees must cherish this description, always thinking of Mother Yashoda's features, how she was dressed, how she was working and perspiring, how beautifully the flowers were arranged in her hair, and so on. One should take advantage of the full description provided here by thinking of Mother Yashoda in maternal affection for Krishna. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport and translation to Canto 10, Chapter 9, Text 3 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Ajnanathimirantasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Shatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. In this verse, we can see how Mother Yashoda had labored so much to prepare butter for Lord Krishna. So much she labored that her entire body was shaking, and her bangles, earrings, all this jewelry on her body was also moving and vibrating. And so much she was laboring for Krishna that she was wet with perspiration, sweat. And the malati flowers which she had set on her braided hair, even they were falling from her hair. Generally, when the flowers are set on the head, they will not fall down. It is a cause of falling down. That means there is a lot of physical endeavor. So Prabhupada brings out very nice points in the purport. Very significant and important points in this purport, particularly for devotees who are serious in practicing Krishna consciousness and advancing in Krishna consciousness. What is the standard and what are the symptoms? All these things are very nicely captured by Prabhupada. What should be our practice? So let's see. So let's take this particular word that she labored considerably. Mother Yashoda labored considerably. Jai Shri Krishna Balaram Gonitai ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. That means Krishna consciousness is not a easy-going life that we just sit down and chant Hare Krishna or sing Krishna bhajans and do nothing else for Krishna. I meant only to chant Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Then why is Mother Yashoda laboring? So much so that she is perspiring also. So therefore, Prabhupada says, Krishna consciousness is not an armchair philosophy. What do you mean by armchair philosophy? You heard this term, armchair philosophy? Prabhupada used the word. If those who hear Prabhupada lectures regularly, they would have come across this term, armchair philosophy. What is that armchair philosophy? You know, this rocking chair. Armchair means basically rocking chair, you know. Some of the houses is there, like, no, it's a long chair, like a curve like this. It's quite a long chair. And then you can lie down and it rocks. So you can say, no, nicely. Yes. That's a common man's language. Armchair is the technical word. Prabhupada is very precise. Armchair philosophy. That means, Mate Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Bhagavatam henge class chenagaita. Prabhu charang helidro, ella points so. Casually chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. This is, so armchair philosophy means simply talking too much and not strictly following the principles of Krishna consciousness. Or talking too much but not following the Acharya. Or do what one wants while the Acharya says something else. Or simply philosophical debates and discussions. Mostly intellectual. Prabhu, what about this? I have very difficult questions. There's like even during Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's time, this is a famous pastime, that there was one visitor who came to Gaudiya Math. And then, poor devotee was in the temple hall at that time. One of the Gaudiya Maths. So he said, I have some serious questions to ask. So then The devotee answered, yes, come and sit down and discuss. No, 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 you should take me to a senior devotee. Then senior devotee came. Is there any more senior to you also? To that Prabhuji also? Yes, yes, we have our, Guru, our Acharya. Then he said, yes, yes, I should meet him. No, no, we can answer, you tell me. If we can't answer, we'll take you. No, 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 these are very serious questions. I don't think any one of you can answer these things. So then, because he insisted so much, finally, one of the disciples went to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and told him that there's one visitor to our temple and looks like he's got very serious questions and very difficult to answer. Looks like only you can answer them. So he wanted your audience, your appointment. So can you kindly give some time? By the very question, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur analyzed. There is some problem with this visitor. He is puffed up falsely. He does not know what is spiritual life, what is Krishna consciousness. He is simply puffed up. And filled with ego. And false pride. That only the Guru can answer his question, and therefore he has to approach the Guru directly. Without any sadhana, without any seva bhavana, without any humility. You see? Sometimes people want to bypass all of these things, circumvent all of these things, and think only me, Krishna, me, Prabhupada, me, Bhakti Siddhanta. Like that it is. It's very subtle it is. All looks like spiritual life. Non-standard. Spiritual life. But the neophytes can't identify these things. They're simple devotees. So Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj immediately understood. He said, okay, let's do like this. Yes, actually he has to meet me only. I don't think any of you can answer his questions. He is very advanced. A sarcastic remark. He said, let's do like this. Please go and tell him that behind the kitchen there are pots are there. Let him wash all of that and then come and meet me. Then we will discuss esoteric questions. High level questions. So then the disciple very sincerely went and told the visitor, Bhakti Maharaj has agreed to give time to you. Really? See, I told you. You don't understand. That's why I told you go to your Guru. So then he said, but only thing is, he said, just that there are DT pots are there, please wash them. Once that is completed, you can go and meet the Acharya. So then they took him behind the kitchen. Typically we have Sunday afternoon here. And Sunday morning we have DT pots connected to Aarati in the Ashtan Puja room, connected to the cooking vessels in the behind the kitchen. We also have that similar practices in our temple. So then he took him to that area behind the kitchen where the cooked vessels are kept, and then so he told that you please wash them. Then this man washed all the pots in the kitchen, behind the kitchen. So once the washing is over, this devotee came and said, thank you so much for your service. Please come, we can take you to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. No, no, no. All my questions are already answered. That means because he became humble and rendered practical devotional service to the satisfaction of the Acharya, Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasadaha. Because the Acharya becomes satisfied. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakushito. Tesham eva anukampartham aham ajnana jam tamaha nashayami atma bhavastaha jnana deepena bhasvata. Krishna is saying, I take compassion upon a sincere soul in Krishna consciousness and will enlighten him within his heart about all the intricacies of Krishna consciousness. So that's what happened here. But that happened because Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasadaha. This person, whether with knowledge, without knowledge, he agreed to follow the Guru's instruction and rendered humble service without thinking a second. Why he told this? Should have told this, no? I asked something, what is he telling? I told him I want, just like suppose somebody says, Prabhu, can you give some time? Want to have some association. I should only say yes or no, or possible or not possible, or today or tomorrow. Correct. It's a direct answer. Suppose if I say, Sanak Prabhu, please tell him, wash the pots and come. After that he can come and meet me. So he's possibly wondering, I have asked for a question and answer session and association. My Prabhu is saying, go and wash the pots. What is the link? What is the logic? It don't make any sense out of that, right? Materially, logically, it makes sense for that person. See, these are all very practical. Huh? We fail to understand all of these things deeply, but we only think logically, think analytically. These are all very wrong in devotional service. You cannot think, analyze, judge what Guru is saying. Therefore, Chaitanya Charitamrita explains, Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Vigneha Na Bujhaya. What is that? It's one of the very famous statements in Chaitanya Charitamrita, often quoted by Prabhupada. You should not try to understand the mind of a Vaishnava. Why he is thinking like that? Why he is deciding like this? Why did he tell this? Why did he tell that? Why did Prabhupada tell this? Why did Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur tell this? How can he tell this? First is, why did he tell this? Second thing is going even more off board. How can he tell this? These are all not standard Vaishnava practices. We should not judge a Vaishnava or more so an Acharya. Acharya is the best Vaishnava. You should not judge. We are not meant for being judges here. That is the position of the Acharya or the Supreme Lord, Krishna, not our position. Our position is Dasa. Our position is Dasa, servant, not master. You should always remember that our position is always servant and eternally servant. See, that's why these are all things we have to link all these things in our application of Krishna consciousness. Okay, we'll read books, but it just remains philosophical. What did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? Jivera Surupahaya Krishnera Nitya Dasa. Our position is eternal servant. Not that, okay, tomorrow I'll become master. Some hope is there, right? So every worker in this world, he hopes, okay, let me learn all the techniques of this work and tomorrow I can also become boss. There's an aspiration for every ordinary person. Same way in bhakti also sometimes devotees think, okay, let me practice all the sadhana now. Tomorrow I can become guru. Once a perfect my sadhana. One more further advancement is, I can also become Krishna. Once I perfect my bhakti process by coming to the point of bhava and prema, then I will become equal to Krishna and enjoy Rasalila as good as Krishna. Like this all, there are deviations. So, we should guard from all these pitfalls in spiritual life. These are all the pitfalls. And these are all the tests given by Maya. If you overcome all of that, then you advance. That means you have passed the examination. Otherwise, you have failed. But nothing to worry. There is a re-examination once more. You can write again. So, Mother Yashoda labored so much for Krishna. That means if we have to attain Krishna, we have to labor. That laboring is called sadhana. And that sadhana is what is designed by the Acharya. You cannot design your sadhana. Why? Because as simple as you're not a perfected being, you're not an Acharya. Just like you have this electronics engineer. In that further specialization, we have what is called as a design engineer. Now he can design a chip. You can use a mobile, but you cannot design a mobile because you're not a design engineer. You're not expert. You're a student. You have to follow and learn first of all and master the learning. Then, by Krishna's grace, you probably might become a design engineer later on. Just a crude example I gave. Similarly, we cannot design our process and methodology of spiritual life. I will chant 2 rounds Hare Krishna. Why only Hare Krishna? I will chant some other mantra also. Why only Hare Krishna? That's what Shastra is telling. But Shastra has told so many other mantras. But Shastra has told, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was told, in Kali Yuga only Hare Krishna. Looks little fanatic. It's not fanaticism. What yuga, what works, the Lord knows best. After all the mantras in the Shastra is given by the Lord only. So the prescription has to be taken from the Lord or his bona fide representative called the Acharya. You cannot choose. Just like I began by saying that it's very nice all the time I keep doing kirtan. 12 hours a day. 16 hours a day, not do any service. Looks very nice, right? Actually not nice for a conditioned soul. When you're perfected devotional service, that's a different thing. When you become pure devotee, you can be doing any aspect of devotional service to any extent, degree, no boundaries. But that is when you become a pure devotee or when you are in a healthy state of Krishna consciousness. Not when we are sick or diseased by Maya. No. So for a pure devotee, there is nothing like sadhana. Morning 5 o'clock chanting. After the darshanat you have to attend. After you have to sit for the Bhagavatam class. A lot of trouble is there. Then go for prasadam. Not that Bhagavatam class time you will take prasadam. No, that's not allowed. Prabhu, stomach, Prabhu. Lot of hunger. No, you have to tolerate. You have to tolerate. You have to attend class. There is no concession. Chanting time, Prabhu, I'm feeling very sleepy, Prabhu. Little permission, Prabhu. Today I will sleep, Prabhu. Tomorrow I will come. Again, tomorrow comes, that time let me see that time again. Once more, Prabhu, I'll take permission. Prabhu, just today. Today, Prabhu, little permission you give, Prabhu. If you grant, I'll be very happy, Prabhu. So that neophyte heart will feel very nice. Oh, Prabhu, so nice. The temple commander is very nice in this temple. I like to be in this temple. Therefore, we choose temples sometimes. The TC is very good. Temple commander. Good Prabhu. Within quotes. Good Prabhu. Temple commander is very nice. Prabhu permits everything. So there is difficulty. Perspiration. Mother Yashoda, we discussed in last class when I gave, what is the level of devotion that Krishna wants again and again only Mother Yashoda to be his mother. That is the level of her devotion. Par excellence. And nobody can become Mother Yashoda and should not even aspire or desire to become Mother Yashoda. To desire to become Mother Yashoda is Mayavada. Prabhupada is clearly pointing out here. Very dangerous. But we can try to follow in her footsteps. See, in text 49 of the last chapter, Prabhupada has made one point, very interesting point. Drona and Dhara appear in order to become Krishna's father and mother, life after life, eternally. Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj are eternally mother and father of Krishna. So what is their fortune? Okay. It is they who appear as Nanda Maharaj and his wife Yashoda. In other words, it is not possible for a sadhana siddha, living being, to become the father or mother of Krishna. See, such fine points Prabhupada is bringing. There is sadhana siddha, there is nitya siddha. Sadhana siddha, person cannot become the father or mother of Krishna. For Krishna's father and mother are already designated. It is a monopoly of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. But by following the principles exhibited by Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda and their associates, the inhabitants of Vrindavan, referring to the inhabitants of Vrindavan, Brajavasis, ordinary living beings may attain such affection as exhibited by Nanda and Yashoda. That means, maximum in our case, we can develop the affection shown by Nanda and Yashoda, but at any point of time can never become mother and father of Krishna. But there's a possibility of developing the affection like Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. That possibility is there. See, such fine points Prabhupada is bringing out. Similarly, you cannot become Gopi. We'll talk about that, maybe if time permits. Or to aspire to become Gopi or Gopa, very dangerous in spiritual life. It will become like abnormal growth in spiritual life. So therefore, to regulate, the acharyas have made words called as sadhana. We have to follow, and you should not change. Because we are not design engineers, we are not liberated souls to design our own sadhana or our own schedules. You can't say Bhagavatam class 5 o'clock morning I will hear. Not possible. You should not. It is a deviation. Prabhu, I am hearing Bhagavatam class, you are saying you are in Maya. One temple commander told one devotee that 5 o'clock he was hearing Bhagavatam. Hey, you are in Maya. He is scratching his head. I am hearing Bhagavatam. Prabhu is saying I am in Maya. Yes, you are in Maya. Morning 5 o'clock is meant for chanting Hare Krishna mantra, not for hearing Bhagavatam. There is time for everything. There is time for prasadam also. Not that you are denied prasadam, but there is time for prasadam. Just like we used to say, just like when we were school students, or even college students, or even office. Either one of the three we fall, right? All of us sitting here. Either you are a school student or a college student or an office goer. So office time or college time or class time, can you sit and eat and tell teacher, give excuses? Teacher, little I'll finish my lunch and come teacher. Will any student ever ask? And can you cite any reasons or even so-called valid reasons? There's no valid reasons here. There's nothing like that. Nobody is going to hear. You have to attend the class. After that only go for prasadam. Attend the kirtana. Then you go for prasadam. Darshanat, it's okay. Anyway. Guru Puja still time is there. Anyway, Guru Puja is over. For me also it is over. I can go. No. You cannot go away. Just like class in your school or college or in your office, maybe lunchtime after something they give or 45 minutes, whatever. That time you can go, you are free to do what you want. Not otherwise, right? So that is called sadhana or regulation. Regulation. So we are under the regulative principle. Regulative principle doesn't mean only 4 things. We are stuck with the regulative principle, 4 things, right? No. Regulated principle refers to even sadhana. So we have to do Mangalarti this time only, 4:30 in the morning. We have to do chanting morning 5 o'clock only, 5 to 7. If you have difficulty, that's a different thing. That can be discussed. But you don't think in the mind it is okay. To think it is okay in the mind is the trap. But you may have weakness in following, that is okay. But you think it is okay, I did not have to chant morning 5 o'clock. I can chant 10 o'clock very nicely. Like one famous common argument. What is that? Famous argument. What is that? Prabhu, 5 o'clock if I get up now, Prabhu, I feel very sleepy and I will struggle with chanting. There's a fighting with chanting. Fighting between chanting and sleeping. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Eyes are burning and fighting with sleep. But Prabhu, if I sleep till 7 in the morning, or even 8 if you permit so, till 8 in the morning, and then 10 o'clock, Prabhu, I'll finish my breakfast nicely. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I'm seriously telling there are people who have come and spoken to me all these things. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. See, Prabhu, how nicely I'm chanting. Temple devotees don't chant properly, Prabhu. All diseased cases. But they think that they are perfect and healthy. And those who are chanting 5 o'clock, they are diseased or they are in problem. And anyway, see, Prabhu does not understand the simple logic. Prabhu is not practical at all. See, 10 o'clock if I start chanting, how nicely I will chant after sleeping 10 hours in the day. How nicely I will chant. Attentively I will chant. That's what Prabhu said. Attentively you should chant. Attentively I will chant. 5 o'clock is a big struggle, no? Let me take rest. It's all concoctions. You have to struggle. You may feel sleepy. You have to fight the sleep and still chant. Much better than not fighting and chanting. Not fighting the sleep and chanting is much better. Of course, it is not that you have to always keep fighting with sleeping, but I mean to say, that doesn't mean that 10 o'clock comfortably you will chant in the morning. No. You have to chant morning 5. Then Darshanati you have to come 7:15. Anyway, daily same Hare Krishna, no, it's okay. Same Govindam Adi Purusham. Already I have finished it. How many times? Whole life, same class being repeated. Same class meaning same Darshanati being repeated. There's no variety, there's no variation. Same Hare Krishna. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ change madana mantra. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Means all kinds of crazy things. Some variation. It's all concoctions. Very dangerous. It's a disease of the conditioned soul. Prabhupada says that always something new. It's a disease. It's a disease. Because you are not tasting bhakti rasa. So for you it is hackneyed. Because you are diseased. It is hackneyed. It is boring. And Rupa Goswami is saying, I want trillion years, millions of tongues to chant and hear, to properly relish Harinama. And here we are thinking, what variety can I create in Hare Krishna mantra? How can I change the mantra? Can chant different mantra? So like that. So that's not correct. Similarly, prasadam. How to take prasadam? That is also very important. It's a part of sadhana that one must taste Krishna prasadam regularly. It's sadhana. It's not a choice. I chant, it's enough. No, it's not enough. It's not enough. So, this is called sadhana as given by the Acharya. So, if you follow that, then we will get out of the material disease of Maya and begin to appreciate spiritual life. So, you can see the Acharyas, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, our Acharya, Srila Prabhupada himself, how much they labored in preaching Krishna consciousness, how much they labored, how much management headache they took. Not just chanting Hare Krishna and doing kirtan or just feeling emotions all the time, called bhava. They never taught us all such things. Of course, they are in a different platform, but because they have taken up the role of an acharya, therefore, they are themselves practicing to show by example. Acharya technically means to show by own example. Therefore, acharyas also follow sadhana. They also follow the rules, although they are not bound by rules, but they follow. Because otherwise, this foolish neophyte disciple, he will think, oh, acharya is not practicing, I also don't have to practice. The practice is for you. But if acharya does not do, you will think, hey, Prabhupada also is not doing, Bhakti is not doing, I will also not do. Arey, he need not do, but you have to do. Why one rule for him, one rule for me? See all the logics, how it gets into our head and just disturbs us. Hey, for him, another rule, for me, another rule. Eh? Why like that? Why discrimination? All neophytic behavior. He is a liberated soul. Anyway, that is why in order not to get into such kind of confusions and debates, what does Acharya do? Very simple. He says, I also follow. Suppose if I follow, can you say you will not follow? Acharya himself is following. So you have no other course, no other recourse, no other choice. Prabhupada is following. You think you will not follow? So all your arguments end there. You simply have to follow. That's all. That's why advanced devotees also follow, even though they need not follow. That doesn't mean that they're breaking the principles. Rules are for neophytes. But we don't understand that. We think why they're not following? They're also in Maya. Like that famous pastime, that one time Prabhupada was so heavy in one lecture. For some reason, there was somebody in the audience. He told Prabhupada, please chant Hare Krishna. Because I think you have become angry now. Because Prabhupada only told, if you become angry, you chant Hare Krishna. Yes, that's a fact. So he thought Prabhupada, okay, has become agitated, let him chant Hare Krishna. And Prabhupada, you can just imagine the symptom of Acharya. He actually took his japamala, actually started chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Without a sense of false ego. This is the symptom of an Acharya. He is not agitated. He is not angry. He can become angry and not become angry. What it means also you cannot understand anyway. It requires spiritual maturity, purification of your consciousness to understand these things. Anyway, so there is what is called as transcendental anger. We don't even know what it means. Because we only know anger. And what is the cause of anger also we don't know. We just want to become angry, we become angry, that's all. And that anger is also kind of, I am satisfied. Once I express my anger, I become relieved. I blast somebody, I shout at somebody, I become comfortable and relieved. Otherwise it simply keeps disturbing my head. I can't sleep that day. And how that anger is triggered, I have no idea. It is because of lust. That's what Bhagavad Gita Krishna says. Lust triggers anger. Most people don't know this. Most people don't know. Lust triggers anger. Lust means unsatisfied desire for domination or for sense satisfaction. Triggers anger. When a pure devotee becomes angry, it is not triggered by lust or material guna called rajoguna. It is springing from a transcendental platform. To save the conditioned soul from some pitfall. That is the Acharya's concern. Anyway, So like that. So sometimes, the people also foolishly advise wrongly when they're not supposed to advise. That's why Prabhupada says, you should not advise the spiritual master. Sometimes people advise spiritual master. Yeah, there are people, even Prabhupada's time, they have advised. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, there was one person. What was his name? You remember? There was one person who would constantly advise Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so like that, there are foolish persons like that. There are 2-3 more examples. Not remembering exactly now. They would advise even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They would advise Madhavendra Puri. Ram, somebody. This is very wrong. So, we should be very careful to follow the standard bhakti as given by the Parampara Acharya, coming in the disciplic succession of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For us it is Prabhupada. The current link to Chaitanya Sampradaya is Srila Prabhupada. So we have to follow his direction. The spiritual life as he has designed, the philosophy as he has given, seva how to do as he has taught us. Cannot have our own way. So let you be guarding about all these things. And we have to endeavor intensely for Krishna, as Mother Yashoda has shown here. Not that, it's called the comfort zone. I will do as much possible. No. Mother Yashoda is perspiring. And interestingly, see, all these things are linked to one central point. Because of her intense love for her child. This is not out of Rajoguna. Rajoguna also Rajoguna's symptom is intense endeavor, material endeavor. But if it becomes transcendental endeavor, that is devotional service. So devotional service does not mean, that you do nothing. No. Devotional service means doing for Krishna. Point 1. Point 2, as guided by the Acharya, not the way we want. That is not devotional service. Or that may be devotional service, it's neophyte devotional service. He's a typical Kanishta Adhikari. I will do my way. No. A Madhyama Adhikari means he's advanced. That means no. There could be danger. I have to follow the Acharya. How he says. Either it could be sadhana, it could be seva. Both. Similarly, every aspect, even chanting, how to do chanting, how to count, how to pronounce, how to hear. Every instruction is there from the Acharya we should take. Similarly, Bhagavatam, similarly, Prasadam, similarly, deity worship, similarly, Seva, everything. Wearing tilak, putting kantimala, every practice also. To go by what the Acharya has described and prescribed. We cannot have our choice. Very risky then. We may deviate from spiritual life. So, and we should be fully engaged in Krishna consciousness, especially neophytes. An advanced devotee, he is expert. He can anyhow engage himself in Krishna consciousness all time. But as far as a neophyte is concerned, or a practitioner is concerned, we have to consciously spend our time in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, we may go into Maya. We have to be careful. Therefore, Rupa Goswami said, Avyartha kalatvam. One has to check how my time has passed. Have I spent my time or passed my time in Krishna consciousness or not? Every second. So that is difficult. So at least we should attempt and have that in our mind. And that busyness in Krishna consciousness also is as per regulation. Therefore, in the Krishna consciousness movement, Prabhupada has given us direction how to engage ourselves in the service of Krishna, not the way I want. Acharya has already given direction. How, what all services we should do, how we should do, what mood we should do, what consciousness we should do, what attitude we should do. All of these details are there. These are all for the neophytes training. Because spirit soul does not require this training, but we have contaminated. So many egos, anarthas. So we don't know what is devotional service, what is chanting, what is reading Bhagavatam, what is hearing Bhagavatam, what is prasadam, what is honoring. We don't know. Grossly we do all these things. If you go on details minutely, so much to discuss is there. With what consciousness I should chant, what consciousness I should hear the class, what consciousness I should honor prasadam. Suppose everybody denies food for a beggar, but you go and offer food to him. Imagine the feeling the beggar has towards you. Point one. Point two, even though you have been hungry for 2 days, 3 days, but you are not able to get even one meal. But one kind of a person gives you. What is your emotional connect towards him? What kind of respect you will develop towards him? See that consciousness. Instead of helplessness, this man come and saved you, helped you. And the proper value for food by a beggar, different from a normally rich man who may be puffed up with his richness. He may throw food, he may waste food. So you can see sometimes we see so much food is wasted and thrown. 3/4 the plate is thrown. We just touch one morsel and then we just throw lavishly. No value for food. No value for food. You see the beggar, even the last grain he will empty off from the plate. Because he has value. And he has appreciation from that person who gave him the food. So like that. Similarly, when we have received the devotional principles from the spiritual master, from every chanting, reading, Bhagavatam, prasadam, deity, everything we learn from him. So how much gratitude and gratefulness we should have gratitude towards Prabhupada. What attitude we should have towards Prabhupada. And how we can give him up. Give up our relationship with Prabhupada. And he is like our teacher. Like the teacher, you have to follow all the details because we are a student. We are students. Then we grow our bhakti properly. Half and half you learn, then it will be a problem. Just like engineering, electronics engineering, half and half you learn. Say electrical engineering, last example electros. Electrical engineering, half and half you learn, and tomorrow you become an electrical engineer. Somehow, by some quota system, whatever, you become electrical engineer, and then tomorrow you put all the lines, switch on, total electric shock. Transformer only got bursted. That only will happen. What else you expect? What else you expect, you tell me? Anything you can expect? Any suggestion from the audience? What else you expect? Only short circuit only you can expect. He'll mix up anode and cathode, earthing, phasing. Prabhu, the earth is there now. What is earthing you are telling, Prabhu? He'll say. This is the fate of the electrical engineers who don't know anything. Some gadbad will happen, right? Exactly like that. Spiritual level also some gadbad will happen. Just like you suppose, see, 2 years should come. Suppose 1 year comes here from here. Got the point? It's something like that spiritual life will become. Abnormal growth. That's called sahajiya. I want to talk about that, but there's no time. We can discuss later. This is exactly what is called sahajiya, abnormal growth. Taking spiritual life very cheap. Krishna consciousness cheaply. Then there is no growth, not possible. So therefore here we see following, that's what Prabhupada said, following the footsteps of Mother Yashoda, we can try to develop that maternal or paternal or parental affection for Krishna, following their footsteps. But first of all, that's a very advanced stage. First of all, sadhana must be pakka, and we have to come out of bodily concept and follow the principles of bhakti as given by Rupa Goswami, as taught by Prahalad Maharaj, Navavidha Bhakti, and the 9 stages of bhakti as given by Rupa Goswami, beginning with Adav Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha. All of these things we should follow properly. Then we can expect advancement. Then we can expect developing these kind of bhavanas or feelings. Otherwise it is simply imitation. Stop it. Kantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.